issues of housing, rent arrears, repairs, and homelessness. A lot of people do tend to shy away from, confronting the authority or who is in charge if they are in this kind of problem because of, their residential status. How will IWAS be of help?
Well, housing is very important to people's lives. Or when you go to work, go out doing whatever it is that one does, you need to go back somewhere, and that's your home. Now, your home needs to be comfortable. Let's take it from the start. To access housing, there are two types of housing you can access. You can either go to social housing, or you can go to the public sector housing. Public sector housing means private renting. Social housing means housing associations and local authorities. Now, without an immigration status that has recourse to public funds, which means you have indefinite leave to remain in the country, you cannot access local authority housing. You are now left with the option of private renting. In either form, you encounter problems, rent arrears problems, disrepair issues, landlord-tenant relationships. Well, this is what IWAS is here for. We assist, we advise, we support. We will liaise with organizations such as the local authority and the housing associations, and we'll also engage with your landlord. Now, if you are an immigrant living in this country and you do not have access to public funds and therefore cannot access local authority housing or housing associations, you're left with private renting. Now, in both ends, as I said, you have rights. We will liaise with your landlords, we will liaise with both sides. Your rights with your landlord, your entitlements, his obligations are not affected whether you're an immigrant or not. So don't be afraid to speak up and talk to your landlord. Your house must be in good form of repair, must be in habitable conditions, and likewise if you're with the local authority or housing association. Well, this is what IWAS is here to do, and we have had a good result in dealing with those issues.
Yes, issues of youths comes to mind in this kind of situation where we have most of our African youths in the UK are doing what people term as the yup culture and the asbos. Where do IWAS come into this?
Well, we aim to represent our youth as well. They generally, African youths, when they come to this country, they tend to go through a stage of culture shock. They don't know how to deal with this. They don't know what they're experiencing generally. And our aim is to guide them through this and let them know, they're not going through anything special or anything, that's going to harm them. Everything's going to be all right. And it's the culture difference mainly. They don't know how to take it. They don't know what to do. They fall into the wrong crowds generally. And education lacks as well. As an African youth just arriving in the UK, ASBO or job culture is not an option. Our job here at IWAS is to help them with their interests, what they're really interested in, and find a path for them to achieve their targets. We liaise with these youth systematically to find out their individual needs. If they like music, if they like arts, if they like sports, we will encourage that in them. After school activities, rather than loitering the streets and developing and getting into the wrong crowds of, yob culture or binge drinking, we do not encourage that. What we encourage them is to take on extracurricular activities to help them with their education. We will also help them in cases of when they need to apply for jobs or even colleges or universities. We will assist them in there. I mean, for all the parents out there, if their kids are experiencing any problems, i.e. they have issues related to education or for mixing with the wrong crowds, then AIWAS is here to help. We'll point them in the right direction and make sure, they go to universities and become our